Never in life. But that does not take away from the fact that I believe we have finally found a player in the league that's got a more special whistle than Asia Wilson. I mean, we thought Asia Wilson literally had a direct line to the WNBA referee's office, and they had a special whistle. I mean, if you breathe on Asia Wilson, they call foul. All right? I mean, she'll go to the line.
Sports commentators are discussing recent developments from Sophie Cunningham's podcast, where she made notable statements about WNBA officiating patterns. Following the Dallas Wings versus Indiana Fever matchup, several concerning trends emerged regarding referee calls and player treatment. The game between Dallas and Indiana showcased questionable officiating decisions that heavily impacted the contest's outcome. While Indiana shouldn't have suffered such a significant defeat at home, the referee management raised serious questions about consistency and fairness in calls throughout the match. Paige Buegers appears to have surpassed Aja Wilson in receiving preferential treatment from officials during games.
They call foul. All right? I mean, she'll go to the line 12 times a game, and as you can imagine, that will, that blows a person's stats up real fast. It's weird because a lot of superstar players get that kind of treatment, except Caitlin Clark, except anybody on the Indiana Fever. And this is what I talk about with this league. Unfortunately, you have to continuously be aware of agenda in this league.
Previously, Wilson was considered to have the most favorable whistle in the league, frequently earning foul calls on minimal contact and averaging numerous free throw attempts per contest. However, Buegers now seems to receive even more protective officiating. This preferential treatment creates a stark contrast when compared to other players like Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever teammates, who rarely receive similar consideration from referees. The league's approach to officiating appears influenced by various factors beyond pure basketball merit, creating inconsistencies that affect competitive balance. Sophie Cunningham addressed these officiating disparities during her podcast, specifically commenting on Buegers' treatment during recent games.
In this league, all right, they know the fandom that follows the Fever, and they know they don't like about half of the Fever fans that follow the league, or more. I would say it's like 3/4 of Fever fans now. Actually, if you look at the ratings, etc., it does show 60-70% are new fans to the Fever, right? We're trying our best to stay engaged in this team, and Sophie.
Her observations highlighted how officials called fouls on even minimal contact against Buegers, while other players faced much stricter officiating standards. Cunningham expressed frustration with the inconsistent application of rules, noting that while Buegers deserves recognition as a talented rookie, the level of protection she receives from referees seems excessive compared to established veterans. She emphasized that if such favorable treatment exists, it should apply equally across all players and teams. The podcast host suggested that certain factors beyond basketball ability influence how players are treated by both officials and the league organization. These underlying considerations appear to create a hierarchy where some athletes receive preferential treatment based on characteristics unrelated to their on-court performance.
Best to stay engaged in this team, and Sophie Cunningham's one of the reasons. I'm going to be honest. If Sophie Cunningham wasn't playing on this team right now, I don't know that I could continue to watch. I mean, that missing Caitlin Clark is tough to follow this league. All right, she just brings such an aura with her when she plays, and she's so interesting, being the overwhelming superstar in this league, that it can be tough to watch at times.
Cunningham's willingness to criticize officiating publicly demonstrates her commitment to addressing perceived inequities despite potential financial consequences from league fines. Her direct approach to controversial topics has made her increasingly popular among fans who appreciate honest commentary about league operations. Recent polling data suggests Cunningham ranks among the most influential players in terms of fan engagement and interest generation. Survey results indicate that over 80% of respondents consider her among the top 5 most compelling figures in women's basketball, with nearly 19% ranking her second only to Clark in overall popularity. Google Trends analysis comparing Cunningham with other prominent players including Beweckers, Sabrina Ionescu, and Wilson shows Cunningham generating the highest search interest among the group.
That it can be tough to watch at times. It really is. But Sophie Cunningham has come out and made comments about Paige Bueckers. Now, Paige Bueckers, she's officially passed A'ja Wilson as having the most solitary important whistle in all of the WNBA. It seems if you get anywhere in her vicinity, number one, I saw a couple of videos this morning. You're looking a lot like LeBron out there.
This data contradicts assumptions about Wilson's popularity, as her games often attract relatively modest television audiences despite heavy promotional efforts. The disparity between perceived star power and actual fan engagement reveals interesting patterns within the league's marketing and presentation strategies. While certain players receive extensive media coverage and promotional support, their actual ability to attract viewers and generate sustained interest varies significantly. Cunningham's appeal stems partly from her authentic personality and willingness to address controversial subjects directly. Unlike many athletes who carefully manage their public statements, she speaks candidly about issues affecting the league, even when such honesty might create professional difficulties.
Number one, I saw a couple of videos this morning. You're looking a lot like LeBron out there. Oh, I got brushed. Flop. Then, LeBron's looking through, trying to see if anybody's noticing him down on the ground. I mean, there could be some flops there. But you breathe in her vicinity, they're calling a whistle. They're calling a foul. And Sophie Cunningham, bless her heart, I mean, it's a good thing she's making a lot of money away from the W on all these promotions.
Her popularity transcends traditional basketball demographics, attracting both supporters and critics who tune in specifically to follow her commentary and on-court performance. This polarizing effect actually increases overall engagement, as controversy often drives viewership and discussion. The officiating concerns Cunningham raised reflect broader issues within professional women's basketball regarding consistency and fairness in rule application. Games featuring certain players seem to follow different standards than others, creating competitive imbalances that affect both individual statistics and team outcomes. These patterns suggest systematic rather than coincidental differences in how various athletes are treated by officials.
Making a lot of money away from the W on all these promotions and Arby's and all this other stuff. I believe it was Chevrolet she did the photo shoot for anyway. Because she's going to need it. And she's going to need this podcast to pay for the fines coming from the WNBA for criticizing the officiating for, I believe, the third podcast in a row. Good for her. She doesn't give a rat's ass. You know what I like about Sophie? She doesn't care if anybody likes her or not.
The consistency of preferential calls for specific players across multiple games and referees indicates organizational influence rather than random variations in officiating quality. Wilson's previously privileged status with referees has apparently shifted to Bueckers, who now receives the most favorable treatment from officials league-wide. This transition demonstrates how referee bias can transfer between players based on factors beyond pure basketball considerations. The contrast becomes particularly evident when comparing treatment of established stars versus newer players who fit certain preferred profiles. Veterans with proven track records often receive less favorable officiating than rookies who align with league promotional priorities.
Sophie, she doesn't care if anybody likes her or not. She knows a hell of a lot of people do like her. I just don't think she gives a rip. And I appreciate somebody that doesn't give a rip and will just say what is on their mind. I appreciate that. Let's listen to Sophie.
I love Paige to death. Do not get me wrong. I think, I think she's a hell of a player and, would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. Couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me. And if you're going to do that, then give it.
Television ratings and viewer engagement data support observations about actual fan interest versus manufactured popularity. Games featuring heavily promoted players sometimes attract surprisingly small audiences, while contests involving more polarizing figures generate significantly higher viewership numbers. This disconnect between official league promotion and genuine fan interest creates challenges for marketing strategies and broadcast planning. Understanding which players actually drive viewer engagement requires looking beyond traditional metrics and promotional assumptions. Cunningham's continued criticism of officiating standards will likely result in additional league fines, but her willingness to address these issues publicly resonates with fans who share similar concerns about competitive fairness.
Jordan 8.5 now is with Kylie Kelsey. And in the last 12 months, they had a Super Bowl recap that has had more views than that. One with LeBron James. LeBron James had 2 million views. What did the Caitlin Clark one have? So LeBron had 2 million. I wonder when what the Caitlin Clark episode had. I would guess the Caitlin Clark episode was around 1 million, I'm guessing.
Her financial success through endorsements and media ventures provides independence to speak freely about controversial topics. The broader implications of inconsistent officiating extend beyond individual games to affect overall league credibility and fan trust. When referee decisions appear influenced by factors other than rule violations, the sport's integrity becomes questionable to both casual and dedicated viewers. A significant event occurred in Taylor Swift fan communities when the pop star appeared on Travis Kelce's New Heights podcast, generating unprecedented viewership numbers and breaking platform records.
And then, obviously, it broke records. If you guys didn't see, Caitlin Clark tweeted out, "Are we sure YouTube isn't going to crash tonight?" And I was joking. I was like, man, YouTube essentially cannot crash. There's no way that of all things, there's no way that YouTube can crash. Like, YouTube is YouTube. YouTube is YouTube. Like, YouTube can't.
The episode attracted 1.7 million simultaneous viewers during its live broadcast and has accumulated over 12 million total views, making it the most watched content in the podcast history. Before the broadcast, Caitlin Clark made a prescient social media post questioning whether YouTube's servers could handle the anticipated traffic surge. Her prediction proved remarkably accurate when the platform experienced technical difficulties during the stream, validating concerns about the massive audience demand. The podcast appearance shattered previous viewership records for New Heights, which had never exceeded 8.5 million views on any single episode.
YouTube can't really crash. It's one of the largest platforms in the world. But, yeah, it turned out that, Caitlin Clark was kind of not wrong with that. Like, it crashed. YouTube literally crashed. Caitlin Clark tweeting, "Swiftie so powerful we broke the internet. YouTube, we need a review."
Their most popular content previously included a Super Bowl analysis and an interview with LeBron James that reached approximately 2 million views. Clark's own podcast appearance on the same show garnered around 1.3 million viewers, making it one of their top-performing episodes over the past year. Following the technical issues, Clark posted another message acknowledging the platform disruption, joking that Swift's fan base had broken the internet and requesting YouTube conduct a system review. The basketball star's accurate forecast earned her recognition as a digital prophet among fans who dubbed her predictions remarkably insightful.
Crashed. Caitlin Clark tweeting, "Swiftie so powerful we broke the internet. YouTube, we need a review." Relax, Kale, I'm not posting today. I can't believe it. It's Kate Stradamus. I cannot believe that they actually they actually did it. I'm in shock. I can't believe that the WNBA player Caitlin Clark was able to predict.
The overwhelming response demonstrated the combined influence of Swift's dedicated following and Clark's growing popularity across different entertainment sectors. When these fan communities converge around shared content, their collective engagement creates extraordinary traffic volumes that challenge even robust streaming infrastructure. Content creators have noted the powerful alliance between Swift supporters and Clark enthusiasts, recognizing this partnership as potentially transformative for sports and entertainment marketing. The collaboration between these distinct but passionate fan groups represents a new model for cross-platform content success.
Player Caitlin Clark was able to predict that they were going to break the internet. And I just found it there, 1.3 million viewers on the podcast with Caitlin Clark. One of the most viewed ones in the last year, but not the most viewed one. It was on January the 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, why aren't you supporting the Sky they're playing right now? I mean, I'm sorry, there was just a brawl and half the players got kicked out because of it. Half the players kicked out because of a brawl. Like,
YouTube rarely experiences significant technical problems during scheduled premieres, making the platform disruption particularly noteworthy. Premium streaming services typically prepare for high-demand events, but the unprecedented viewer concentration apparently exceeded even generous capacity estimates. The incident highlighted how social media personalities can accurately gauge audience enthusiasm and predict technical challenges before they occur. Clark's forecast demonstrated sophisticated understanding of digital platform limitations when faced with extraordinary user demand.
Kicked out because of a brawl. Like, she's one of us, our resident Gen Z Cassandra, Swifties joining CCFC. I mean, you better believe when the Swifties are in. You better believe the Swifties are in. It's going to be a big deal. And I've always said this, that I, for one, welcome our Swiftie overlords. I, for one, welcome our Swiftie overlords. Like, the channel's not in the greatest spot right now because, you know, obviously, Caitlin Clark being injured.
Sports figures increasingly participate in entertainment content, but few generate the massive audience engagement seen during this podcast appearance. The crossover appeal between athletic achievement and popular culture creates unique opportunities for unprecedented viewership numbers. Swift's appearance represented one of the largest podcast audiences in platform history, competing with established content creators who typically dominate viewership charts. The episode's success reinforced the singer's ability to generate massive audience engagement across any medium she chooses to utilize.
Being injured and the fact that it's even lasted this long, and I think we're now finally realizing, oh shit, she mightn't actually come back. But it's now at the stage where we've got, when it comes to the views, the Caitlin Clark Taylor Swift video is actually one of our biggest videos, hence why we're coming back to the Taylor Swift topic. Tweeting like she's regular, your Caitlin Clark.
The technical difficulties didn't diminish overall enthusiasm for the content, as viewers persistently attempted to access the stream despite repeated interruptions. This dedication demonstrated the powerful draw of premium celebrity content when marketed effectively to combined fan communities. Clark's social media presence has evolved to include commentary on broader entertainment trends, expanding her influence beyond basketball into popular culture discussions. Her accurate predictions regarding technical challenges establish credibility in digital media analysis.
Oh, this was a completely butchered version of Enchanted. Yeah, thank God I had that muted. I had to hear that butchered version of Enchanted. You guys didn't. The glitch on the new High Taylor Swift podcast on their end, not YouTube. Do you not know how premieres work? You upload a full video. You upload the full video.
The convergence of Swift's music fan base with Clark's sports following created a demographic combination that overwhelmed standard content distribution systems. This unprecedented audience overlap suggests potential for future collaborative content between entertainment and athletic personalities. Content creators studying this phenomenon noted the importance of preparing infrastructure for celebrity crossover events that attract multiple distinct fan communities simultaneously. The technical challenges provided valuable lessons about capacity planning for high-profile streaming events.